Hi Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm the UnconventionalXStitcher. Today is Monday the 5th of February 2024 and this is Flosstube number 89. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but I do include other crafts sometimes, and I also talk about the walks and travels I've been on recently. If you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to be chatting with you all again. I have quite a bit to show you. I didn't film on Saturday when I said I would do, because, well, life. So yeah, but I'm here now. So it's late afternoon. It is overcast outside. I've not put the big light on because it is a bit too bright with that on. But we'll see how we go on. I may have to put it on later if it goes any darker. So yeah. So let's get going. My first one today is a finish, and it's Yikesberry by Erica Michaels. This was very kindly sent to me by a lovely lady with the call for fabric. And get my board for it. There it is, finished. Not much I know, but yeah, it's finished. This is, let me see, 32 count dual linen by Picture This Plus, and it just needs making into a berry now. So yeah, that's that one. And then I've got a new start. This is one of my Letters of the Month pieces for February. As you know, I'm doing all new starts for my Letters of the Month pieces, and I'll put a picture up of this one, what it looks like, because it's from Etsy. It's from NoobXStitch. It's in the description box below, the name of it, and it's called Let's Go. And up to now, I'll get my board again, I've done that. It's going to say it's too hot, that line. This is being stitched on 40 count white even weave, one thread over 2 fabric threads. So yeah, so that's that. I still need to stitch on it more because I need to do at least 6 hours on it for the Letters of the Month. So yeah, I'm using Markup RXP to do it as well, so I can see how long I've been stitching on it. The other Letters of the Month piece is Valentine Bird by Heart in Hand, I think it is. I'll put a picture up of what it looks like so you know what that is. Hoping to start that in the next week or two. Right, on to whips. And my first whip, as usual, is my dragon. And it's a bit of a Marmite piece, this. Some people absolutely love it, and other people dislike it, hate it, whatever you want to call it. It's my dragon, I like it. So there we go. So I'll stand up and bring it closer. So there he is in all his glory. So I've almost got a page finish. I'm doing here at the minute. I've only got a few stitches left to do, but it's all confetti. This morning I did 122 stitches, and it took me an hour and 40 minutes to do those 122 stitches because it was very confetti. And then there's also a little bit of his face, his chin there as well that I've been doing. So yeah, so hopefully that'll be a page finish tomorrow, and then I'll be on the next page on Wednesday. So yeah, there he is. I stitch on him Monday to Friday when my husband's at work, usually an hour, but I do try and get my 120 stitches in. Usually I'm doing like 200 and odd at least, and then when it's confetti heavy like that, like I say, I have to stitch longer to get the 120. That is being stitched on 25 count Easy Guard by Zweigart, 1/1 full cross. My next one is Daisy Offerings by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Sandra Cook. This is being stitched as part of the year of full coverage with coffee break stitches on Zoom. So I stitch on it every day if I can, at least 50 stitches a day. If I can't stitch on it, so for example yesterday I didn't stitch on it at all because I was on a coach ramble, I then make up those stitches another day, and I know I stitched on it on Saturday and I did 200 and odd stitches on Saturday, so I know I made up for it. I've not stitched on it yet today, I'm going to stitch on it later. That's my progress. This fabric is 25 count Easy Guide by DMC. Bit, yeah, random dye on the thing for the markings, but yeah, that's my progress. I'm now going up to fill the gaps up to the edging bit. So yeah, so that's my progress on that. Yeah, that's Daisy Offerings by Heaven and Earth Designs. My next one is I by Light Unicorn Designs. This is one of my acrostic pieces for January, and this is my progress. I've been putting pictures up of most things, what they will look like before the last time you saw them. This time I've stitched a lot of this black here. I know I did quite a lot of stitches, so yeah, so that's I. This is 25 count even weave by Zweigart. My next one is Autumn Quakers by Rosewood Manor, Karen Kluber. Again, this is one of my acrostic pieces for last month, and I'm stitching it on the called for 28 count doubloon linen by Picture This Plus, and that is how much I've got done. I'm using the called for Valdani threads. I love the colours in this, proper autumn colours. And this month, or last month rather, I finished this motif here, this round one, and I did the leaf in the middle, and then I've done this leaf here, and I did this in the corner here. So I'm now at the end, that top corner. Both top corners are now done. So I just need to get on with it. The year goes in that gap there. So when I get near finishing it, I'll put whatever year it is. I don't think it's going to be 2024. So yeah, there we go. And then my next one, I had fun with this morning, I'll tell you in a second. This is Wintertime by New York Dreamer. This was one of my letters of the month pieces for January. It's being stitched on 32 count vintage country marker, and that is my progress. So I showed this in my last video. I've changed the words cardinals for robins, and then all the birds I'm going to change to little robins. Since my last video, I finished off the W, put the snow on the top of all the letters, and then I did the Indy, so it says windy. Yeah, this was in one of the bags, the project bags that I bought. I can't remember who from. It was just a random bag seller. It was from one of the retreats I went on. And I went to get it out this morning, and I couldn't undo the zip. The zip just would not budge. It wasn't that fabric was stuck in it or anything, because I could open it a tiny bit and I could tell there was no fabric stuck in the zip. It's just decided the zip wasn't working. So basically I had to unstitch near the zip so I could get the stuff out of the bag. So yeah, these things happen. My next one is Holly Lane by Derwentwater Designs and Bothy Threads. Bothy Threads now on Derwentwater Designs. So yeah, this is one that I saw a made up version of it at Black Sheep Wools, and I just had to get the chart, and I found the kit on eBay and got it. And I'm using it for my calendar sale with coffee break stitches on Zoom. So it's split into 12 pieces, and then I do a piece each month. I've not stitched on it yet this month, but that is my progress for January. That's the January bit. So that's the door and the windows, and then this month I'm going to be stitching on this side of the house. So yeah, so that's Holly Lane by Derwentwater Designs, Bothy Threads. So yeah, and my next one is Eloquent Christmas by ByGone Stitches. This was one of my acrostic pieces last month, and I basically stitched the big letter T. That is a big T. So yeah, as you can see, it's the trunk on the tree, the T. So yeah, big long letter T. And then there's 2 stitches there, which are the start of the letter M in Christmas. So yeah, this fabric is 28 count Forest Queen Brittany Lugana by Pole Stitches. Holly Lane is just being stitched on 14 count Ada, that came in the kit. My next one is Boris by Plum Street Samplers. This fabric that I'm stitching this on was a piece that from a kit that I UFO'd. It was an elephant kit, and I just decided I wasn't going to finish it. It only had a little bit done on it, so basically I cut the piece of fabric that was left unstitched, and I used it for this. So this time I've done the body of the dog, apart from the design, the pattern on it. That's all Black Coffee by Classic Colourworks, I think. So yeah, that's that. Happy with the progress on that. And then I've also worked on Hoot in a Boot by The Needles and Ocean. Again, this was one of my letters of, one of my acrostic pieces for last month. This is being stitched on the cob for 28 count Venetian Stone Linen by Witchelt, and that is my progress. So I stitched this leaf here, and then I've stitched quite a bit of the trunk of the tree. That thread is Black Carriage Black rather. Is it Gentle Arts? Can't remember. It's called Carriage Black. So yeah, I'm using all the cob for stitching 2 over 2. So yeah, that's Hoot in a Boot. And then my next one is Petal Fairy by Mirabilia, but I'm stitching a conversion. The conversion is this one, which is Samantha Stitch's version, and it's pink and purple. Uses needle paints in it by Lavender and Lace. And that is my progress. So basically I've stitched from the gap here up. So I did the bodice up to her chest. This fabric is 28 count Eclipse Even Weave by Sparklies. And then my next one is 12 Northern Days of Christmas by X's and O's. I started stitching on this after seeing Amy Loves Toads start doing it. She's quite a way ahead of me. So yeah. This is one of my February acrostic pieces, and that is how much I've done. There's like white and light grey in these bits down here. These are panes of the window, and then I've done the white, so you might not be able to see it too well. But I've also done quite a bit up here. I did the number 1 and the corner, and then I filled in quite a bit over here. So yeah, I do want to try and get some of the pink in the bottom bits as well, but we'll see how we go on with the other acrostic pieces. So yeah, so that's 12 Northern Days of Christmas. That's just being stitched on 28 count white linen, but I'm using 3 threads of DMC over 2 fabric threads. So yeah, good coverage. It's really good coverage on it. So yeah. So there are all my whips. So yeah. I also have some crochet. I've not done any knitting in the last 2 weeks. So I'll show you my crochet. So I started off, I've done a couple of these squares for the Nature's Walk blanket. And last time I kept calling it Nature's Trail, but it's Nature's Walk. Good grief. Yeah, I've just had a cup of tea, and I don't usually drink tea, and it's repeating on me now. So yeah, I used to drink coffee. But yeah, There we go. That's one of the blocks that I made, and then I finished one of these at the library, and I couldn't be bothered starting another one. So I always carry a spare ball of yarn with me, and I have my bag of crochet hooks. So I started this, which is called Secret Paths, and it's a shawl. I've made one before. The pattern's from Ravelry. I'll have a link down below for it. But yeah, I just found the pattern on my phone. I had my yarn, really colourful yarn. I'll show you this. I can't remember what the yarn is, but I'll put a link down below, or at least I'll write down below what it is. And then I've started this shawl. I love this purple, proper Cadbury's purple, I call it. If you know crochet, I do front post trebles, or in American it's double crochets, back post trebles / double crochets, and then there's some popcorn stitches as well. So yeah, and then you just repeat this load of rows till it gets big enough that you're happy with it, and then you finish it. So yeah, so that's the start of a shawl, another shawl. That's the yarn, really colourful. But yeah, I bought a few balls a while ago. I did show them when I got them. So that's my crochet I've done in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, quite happy with how much I've got done in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, as you may know, I've put a small 10-minute video on of my drawing out the names of whips to do for February, and that's working well at the minute. So yeah, let's go on to the giveaway. I had 2 giveaways in my last video. The first one was this, which is called Spring Blessings by Laurie Birmingham Designs. So yeah, and the winner of that is Deborah Quilts 8030. So congratulations, Deborah. If you want to message me, all the information's down below, my email address, etc. And I'll get it in the post to you. And then number 2 was this one, which is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star by Heaven and Earth Designs. And the winner of that one is Lisa Nuttall 7256. So congratulations again if you email me or message me, and I'll get it in the post to you. Right, I've done a Google form. I know a few Flosstubers have Google forms for people to fill in. So I've done one. The link's down below. Basically, it's for if you win a giveaway, and then I already have your information. I also may do some racks, random act of kindness, where I send things. When I reach 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to do an e-gift voucher giveaway. So on this Google form, it asks for your name, your email address, it asks for your favourite needlework shop, online needlework shop, for the e-gift voucher when I do the giveaway, because I'll do it for whichever shop the winner prefers if I can. And then it also asks for your unicorn chart. So the unicorn chart is the chart that you really need, but it's out of print now, so I can try and help with that if I can. Or any favourite designers you have. So yeah, trying to think what else I put on it, because I've just remembered about it, so I just thought, yeah, I better mention that. Yeah, but the only required information, I think, is an email address and your name, I think, and your address. Your home address, obviously, because I can't send you a giveaway if I've not got your home address. So yeah, and it says on it about by filling it in and submitting it that you're saying that you're over 18, so you can give me your address. So yeah, so please fill that in. Feel free to fill that in, and then I've got your information and I know what sort of things you like if I do decide to do a random act of kindness. So yeah, because people send me kindness, so I like to reciprocate. So yeah. Right, so let's think about things that I've been doing in the last couple of weeks.
The weekend before last, I went to Rastrick, which is a part of Brighouse, which is near Huddersfield in Yorkshire, for a Stitch Laugh Learn Day. These are set up by Yorkshire Stitching Retreats Facebook group. They're doing them once a month as far as I can remember, and you can go and stitch and talk with friends, but they're also doing a little learn session which you don't have to take part in, but I took part in the last one and I can't remember what this is called. It's a type of embroidery, I can't remember. Basically you were given one of these sheets with a design printed on it, and then you did a embroidery along it, a specific type of embroidery that I can't remember the name of. This session was led by Maggie, and then the idea is that when it's all done, you cut certain parts out, and it's a nice little mat. And then these bits here, these little bits that go across, they're only fastened on at either end, because you cut out the bit underneath them. So yeah, and I've not done any since I came home. I kept thinking, oh yeah, I'll do some more, but I've not done it yet. I'm hoping to do some, because I do have some. This is Pearl 8, I think. Yeah, Pearl 8 thread. So yeah, gonna try doing some more of that. So yeah, I know the next one, which is this month, it's to do with crochet, and I already know how to crochet, so I'm not going to do the session on that, but I'm going to go and stitch and chat. So yeah, it was nice to meet up with friends again on that. I'll put information about the group, the Facebook group, if you're interested, because anybody can go to them. You just have to go, you pay £10, but you get lunch, and you know, I was expecting a buffet, and it wasn't. They had chili con carne, they had jacket potatoes. So yeah, it was nice. They came round and asked you what you wanted, so it was really nice. And then of course you get drinks. There's free coffee, tea. So yeah, it was really good. So yeah. And then some of the activity, you know, if you decide to do the session, you may need to pay a little bit for materials. But it depends on what the activity is, etc. Right, so the other thing I've done this last 2 weeks, yesterday I went on the coach ramble. December's was cancelled because of the snow, and then we don't have one in January, and then the first one of the year was yesterday, and we went to Grassington in Yorkshire Dales. It's a little village. It's a lovely little village. Apparently it's where they film All Creatures Great and Small now. But it's a lovely little village. It was a bit of an odd day because we got there and it was raining, but it was the drizzly rain, the stuff that soaks you through, as we all say. Or here we do anyway. And then we set off on this. I went on the shorter walk. It was supposed to be 7 miles, but we got 2 miles into the walk and we were meant to be going over this bridge, over the river, just like a little pedestrian bridge. But it was closed, this bridge. Apparently it got damaged at some point in the last few weeks, so we couldn't go across it. So the guy who was leading the walk said, right, well, we'll walk along the river back to Grassington, we'll have our lunch, and then we'll do another walk a different direction. So anyway, so we all walked back to Grassington, to where the coach was parked, and there was like a round shelter where there was a bench all the way around that you could sit on, like out of the rain, and we had our lunch. And then some people said they weren't going to carry on; they were just going to potter around the village. And then this other guy said he knew a walk. He'd take this group out for a walk. And then my friend Jane said, oh well, I'm going to just do a little bit of a walk and then have a look around the village. So I asked if I was okay to go with her, and she said yeah. It ended up as 4 of us, and we just went for an extra, I think it was an extra 2 miles we did. So we ended up doing, altogether we ended up doing 6.5 miles anyway. And and then we got back to the village and had a look around the village. A lot of things were closed though, which I thought was a bit of a shame, because there were 2 coach loads of people. There was our coach, and then another coach had turned up just after us with people going for a walk. And then you got back into the village and there wasn't much open. There were a couple of cafes open and obviously the pubs, and then there were 1 or 2 shops open. But yeah, there wasn't much, and you'd think, I know it's out of season and everything, but you've still got people visiting the village, so you'd think they'd still be open on a Sunday during the winter season, but obviously not. So anyway, so we had a little potter about. We went in this cafe called the Cake House. So we had coffee and cake. I had a piece of Yorkshire tea loaf with a piece of Wensleydale cheese. It's apparently it's a Yorkshire delicacy, fruit cake and cheese. But it was really nice. Anyway, so then we had another little wander around, and then we found ourselves in the pub where a few of the others were. And then we went back to the coach when it was time, and came back home. So it was a bit of an odd day. It's not a usual walking day, coach ramble day. Usually we go, and those of us who do join in the lead walks, we go for the walk, come back, have a quick go to a cafe for a cup of coffee and a piece of cake, and then usually it's about time to go back to the coach and come back home. But yesterday it was a bit of a mishmash. So yeah, it was a good day. It was just and it ended up really windy. So it was the rain was just going horizontal because the wind was just blowing it, but it was only like I said, the drizzly rain, not throwing it down or anything like that. So yeah, it was a good day. I'll have put pictures at the end. There'll be a little slideshow at the end. I didn't do as many pictures as I would normally because we didn't have much of a view for most of the walk, because it was misty and just raining, windy. But I did see deer. And then when I went on the little walk after lunch, the rain had stopped and we got a little bit of a view, so I did get a couple of pictures. And then we saw some pigs as well, so I got a picture of some pigs who came running over to look at us wanting food. Obviously we didn't have anything for them, so but yeah, I'd say it was a nice day. Just didn't go as planned, but yeah, it was still a good day. Our next coach is at the beginning of March, and we're going to Ilkley, which is also in Yorkshire. So yeah, that should be a good day. So yeah, so I think that's about it for today. Yeah, the lights, it's gone quite dark in here, but I don't think you can tell too much on the video. We've still got the ring light going. So yeah, so my next video will be, it's going to be on the 18th. Because I know the 17th when I'm going to the Stitch Laugh and Learn Day in Yorkshire, and I'm hoping this month to go to the Cheshire Stitchers meetup, which is on the 10th. It's on Saturday, so I'm hoping to get there. And then on the 24th, yeah, I'm busy for the next 3 Saturdays. On the 24th, I'm going up to Newcastle for the North East Stitchers Retreat, which is the 24th and 25th of February. So I've got a busy month. The other thing I forgot to mention is that I've got myself a little job. As you know, I volunteer at the library, and they advertise for casual library assistant people to cover for when people are ill or on holiday. So I applied because my business hasn't been doing too well recently. I know a couple of my friends have had to stop doing the small business because they just haven't been getting the orders in. So I thought, well, I need to get an income because I haven't got much of an income at the minute. So I applied for this job and I had an interview, and I got offered the job. I've not started yet because I had the forms to fill in, the health forms and bank detail forms to fill in, which I did at the weekend, and they've requested references. So hopefully I'll get some work from that soon, but it's just as and when. So I can carry on doing what I'm already doing for the time being. The business will carry on for now, but if it still carries on like it is at the moment, then I'll probably have to think about stopping doing it because I can't live on nothing basically. So yeah, but like I say, I know a lot of people whose business has just gone because they're just not, people aren't spending the money, they haven't got the money to spend. So yeah, but yeah, we'll just have to see how things go. So before my ring light decides it's giving up for the day, I shall let you go and carry on with your stitching. So thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves and those you love. Be kind always, because you never know what anybody's going through. Yeah, I know that for a fact. Yeah, always be kind, and happy stitching. Bye for now.